Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com. Yeah, welcome to the Monday morning recap show, kid. This is the earliest we've ever done it. 3:40, 3:45 on the East Coast.
You know what's weird? I was, I don't know how, but I got really, well, I know how I got high. I got really high last night, but I don't know how I ended up on a Brenneman fucking rabbit hole. I completely forgot that he used like an anti-gay slur live on air and then got like banned for life, I guess. I don't know what happened.
Something was a real,
his mic.
Yeah, your mic, it's not on. I don't think it's on. Does it need to be, though? In the meantime,
can you just be our sign language person today?
Yeah, and while this is getting fixed, I'll shout out Killcliff. They got a new flavor.
Yeah, it's Israel Adesanya's new, and I'm drinking it for the first time. Yeah, it's Izzy. What is it called?
It's Tequila Kiwi.
Yeah.
Tekilla Kiwi ignites.
Yeah, this is the energy drink.
When did they partner up with them, Dan?
They've been partnered for a little while now. Obviously, as you know, it takes a little while to develop the flavors in these, right? Mm-hmm. Wow, it's really good.
Is it?
It's really good.
I'll crack it open.
I believe
now.
what Izzy requested from them is that they make something that mixes really well with tequila.
Okay.
And so, I mean, obviously the next step is to mix this with tequila at some point, which we'll do.
Yeah, I gotta try it now.
Dan didn't bring me one, so I'm gonna walk over there and try one live on air with you guys, since I guess I'm gonna be part of the crew.
Yeah. You're fucking. Probably should have asked if anybody up here was willing to share spit with you.
I will. Go ahead. I don't care. I trust you, Giorgio.
Giorgio's mouth.
I trust Giorgio.
I don't trust anybody that trusts me. Is that weird?
No, that's...
Like, you trust me? Like, no, just something, you're trying to trick me somehow, I can tell. That's how that works.
That's how I feel about women.
What do you think? What's the verdict there?
It's a lot of kiwi. I could see that with a nice Espanol, maybe a little Jose Silver. I think we could throw a few of those back and get pretty litty.
Let me ask you this, Giorgio. Is Izzy the guy now? Like, if you're getting your own fucking flavor of Killcliff, like, Jesus Christ, you got to be up there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's a superstar, man.
In a region of the world.
Really, Dan? Really?
Which region?
The South Pacific.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's cool. I mean, that's enough, right?
Yeah.
He does seem to be pretty popular. I don't hear a lot of negative attention towards him. I mean, like me
neither.
For example, a guy like, would you say that Colby Covington is of equal fame?
No. No
close.
Who's more famous?
In Covington?
Yeah.
I mean,
but between those two is what I'm saying.
Izzy.
Okay.
Especially because he just has New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah, he's top 5 of the UFC is probably fame. He's probably top 3 almost.
You think so, right?
Yeah, would you agree, Dan?
So why are you guys talking shit then?
Izzy's like top 7, yeah.
Wow.
That's just a really random fucking number to pull out.
It is.
Top 7.
Who's the 6 that are ahead of him?
Well, honestly, most of the people that are most famous in the UFC don't fight anymore. So, Brock Lesnar.
Connor.
Ronda. Connor. Yeah, I guess.
Chuck Liddell.
Connor, Chuck, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's like, Jared Cannonier this weekend fought. Is like a title contender at 185.
Yep.
And after he's done fighting, he's complaining about how he's broke. So,
not a lot of money.
That
seems to be a theme now with the UFC. Everybody's bitching about the money in the contracts. So,
because you spend a lot of money training, people forget that.
Yeah. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube right now, I'm super fucking tan. Bob, you've never looked whiter. I'm looking at you right now.
This is the happiest Ross has ever been on camera.
I know.
He has a giant.
We were out in the sun all weekend. Dan was over for the 3-year-old's birthday party. We a lot of sports involved. Did baseball tryouts first in the morning with Jax. It's just like you remember, by the way, where you're like, you get 5 pitches. You got to run the bases, and then you get 5 grounders, pop-ups, and then the coaches judge you, and then they give you a call once they draft you. So that went down. It was about 104 that day. And then we went to, actually, we got tagged in this on Drinkin' Bros, Dan. They were like, hey, man, you guys should go to Dreamland. This place looks rad. There was a huge article about it. And I go, we were just there Saturday, and I played putt-putt with my kids. There was like a hard course and like a challenging course up there. But it's a huge brewery. And pickleball.
And big. Dripping, right?
Yes.
Yeah, my wife is all fucking stoked for it.
It's awesome. Like, it was great. So you guys were playing pickleball for a while.
Yeah.
I was not. I mean, people were fucking intense about it, dude.
Yeah, there's some people that brought their own pickleball paddles, which should be a red flag. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't mean a red flag that they're good at pickleball. A red flag that they need to be monitored.
Yes.
At all times.
Yeah.
I play as like someone who likes playing tennis. Like I've played pickleball a couple times, and it's just for people who suck at tennis.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's more ping pong than tennis.
Oh, it is. It is literally human-sized ping pong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is, I think it's really fun.
It is
I did
a fun
too.
game.
I enjoyed it. I was like, all right, dope. I'd never heard of it.
Although I'd
never even seen it played.
I've played tennis a lot, and I've found myself trying to play tennis, and it doesn't work. Like you can't. I'm not swinging at an upward arc to make contact to put topspin on the ball because it doesn't work that way. I'm doing like this, like flicking my wrist to hit the ball instead.
Yeah.
So
You
just
hit
keep
it,
that in mind.
You hit it like
pong.
you would hit ping pong.
But like a fuller swing, but like the
Yeah.
same kind of way you hit it. That was fucking with me a little bit.
I don't know how, because I've never seen this. I guess if I probably YouTubed it, I could find like horrendous pickleball injuries. But like, it's a pretty hard ball.
Yeah.
Like you could get smoked in the fucking face with that thing
yeah.
if somebody's not doing it right.
Sounds like a kid that didn't play lacrosse growing up.
I hate to bring this up, but we now have Drinkin Bros pickleball paddles in the store
That'd be
right
great.
now. So go ahead
I'm
and
all
pick
in.
those up.
I'm all in.
I feel
But the other half of this tan was a concert yesterday, an all-day concert outside. Saw Chris Stapleton here. That was the one where they made you get vaccinated. Yeah.
Not doing that.
No, didn't do that.
Well, I wouldn't see Chris Stapleton either way. So
Yeah, same.
God, he's great. He's fucking great. So went ahead and made my own form on that one, but they don't fucking care. Show me your papers, dude. But that's hence the tan. But Bob is always white, so it doesn't
this is
really
normal.
matter. But this is going to sun in really nice.
Bob, how are you whiter than your hat?
Well, the hat's pretty dirty.
yeah, I mean, Rob just fell into like a vat of bleach, like the Joker.
Yeah,
Jared Leto's Joker, of course.
of course.
I'm referring to
Obviously,
the best Joker.
obviously.
Me and my equally pale wife are worried about how allergic our child is going to be to sunlight, just in general.
I think as soon as that baby comes out, you'll have SPF 50 on it. Like
Yeah.
just immediately, and even though you're inside.
Yeah, I'm afraid like the light, it'll melt under the lights. You know, like if it has to go into the NICU or anything like that, if like turn its light down,
Third-degree burns.
Yeah, turn its light down. They're like your baby's on fire again. Someone turn the lights on.
Well, speaking of your baby being on fire, we got opening of the college football season on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that these are all babies on fire here. None of these matchups are great, but we're going to bet the shit out of them.
Of course, yeah.
Because, well, it's gambling and it's college football and it's back.
And also, who knows what Hawaii is? Nobody ever does.
Hawaii is a state, motherfucker. I've known this whole time. You didn't know that?
I'm saying the team every year. They're just. They
my
could
bad.
be good. I don't know. They might
Hawaii-
be
Are
good.
they going to do it for Colt?
If
Yeah,
Hawaii,
you got to do it for Colt. R.I.P.
if Hawaii was able to keep all of their like players of Polynesian descent, it wouldn't matter who was the quarterback or running back for that team because they could just pick up the other team's line and march them down the field.
Well, that's not true. They need the white kid from California who goes to Hawaii, gets dreadlocks. Like it's just.
But that's
part of the
that's
culture.
their
a
quarterback.
skill position player though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm not talking the Howleys can do all that. If you had just had that, if you just take that line, but they could keep.
Yeah,
it there,
if
right?
they kept all the
Fuck that.
linemen that went to Utah and
Penei
BYU.
Sewell went to fucking Oregon.
Just run like a Polynesian option.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Like-
is to say you have a front seven with a combined weight of like 65,000 pounds or whatever. Yeah.
Also,
But
weirdly,
like a jacked
Yeah.
65,000 pounds. Like
Good luck.
It's not my 600-pound life. It's just monsters.
No. It's-
weirdly, UCF now has a pipeline to Hawaii because of Mackenzie Milton, Dylan Gabriel, and now they're having the Hawaii Bowl in Orlando.
And now they'll still never win a title. Like that is not.
Yeah, no, I know this.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
telling me things I already know.
Okay. All right. I mean, you went to a school that
We
could
might
never
not
win a
even be
championship.
Division I by the end of the year. So
Probably not. It's
Yes,
gonna
that's the
It's going to be
SEC.
close.
Yeah.
It's going to be close. But
means more.
let's get to these games here because we can gamble now and we're back. And I will do nothing at all on Saturday except for watch every single fucking second of these games. My wife will hate me, and that's what it is.
Well, yeah, I mean-
chase me anyways.
continue to.
Continue the hatred, yeah. So we'll start with the first game, the 1:00 game. It is Big Ten versus Big Ten here.
The best of the best.
Best of the best. Nebraska against Iowa minus
Illinois.
7. I'm sorry, Illinois. Same.
Well, yeah.
It would have been the same. It would have
Whatever.
been minus 7 either way. No, I was actually ranked. This
They're
year.
good. I was good, yeah.
So we got minus 7 here for Nebraska. God, is this Martinez's 90th year at quarterback? I feel like.
no, they're different guys.
Are they?
Adrian?
Aren't they brothers?
They're not brothers.
They're
either.
not? I don't know. Like, I don't fucking
But they always
follow.
have, yes, they always have a Hispanic sounding quarterback recently.
But no. I think Adrian Martinez has been the quarterback for 4 years.
It's his third year. Yeah.
Oh, it's the third year.
Yeah.
God damn it, man. I feel like he's been there 90.
He's been there since Scott Frost has been there.
So Illinois housed them last year. This is in Champaign, Illinois.
New coach.
New coach.
Brett Bielema, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bert's
Back in the Big Ten.
He's back, baby. Who you got in this one? This is the not top 25 bullshit.
Yeah, and we'll
is
cover it more Wednesday.
Have we
when
even
do that
announced
show.
our show, like, officially?
No, I guess we're officially announcing it now.
Let's do it now.
Well,
so
Ross already announced it for you on the
Yeah,
show,
we
but,
did. We did. So
yeah.
what's going to happen is Dan and I are going to do the top 25. These guys are going to do the not top 25, which you get great odds. And these are easy bets that nobody really fucking covers.
And most people
so you guys are going to do it.
Most people are also fans of universities that aren't in the top 25.
Right.
Yes.
Everybody's
Most
always
schools.
like, when are you talking about our teams? Because they suck.
Right.
Well,
and
You know what we
there's
did? We found two dudes who also suck. Yes. we can talk to them about it.
bring in your poor, bring in your weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Don't
are
try to
alumni
patriotize it, asshole. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
Well, you guys are alumni of two
esteemed
teams.
not top
Hey,
25.
Yeah, and both
Just
Dan and
outside
I.
the top 25.
UCF is 28. Come on.
We're-
They'll-
we're-
they'll
they're
definitely.
30.
It's us in Boise. It's whoever wins that game will be in the top 25. So
Yeah.
And look, it is an hour before the Ohio State game, so we will be watching that live next Thursday nights. A little bit of it before we pop over to the Ohio State game. We might have dueling screens up here. Nebraska at -7. This is a really tough game to call.
I don't think it
here.
is. Scott Frost is dealing with a lot of shit right now.
He is, yes.
He's in a little hot water with the administration, with the NCAA.
Well, the Biden administration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too. Afghanistan. He was part of it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So Scott Frost is Al Qaeda then.
No, Scott Frost pulled out a little early though.
Yeah. there it
Frost
is.
has been running
Nailed it.
Karzai Airport.
Yeah, HKIA. Yeah. They need to get the Chick-fil-A people over to run that bitch. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that this is an interesting bet.
I would like to call my shot here.
Go ahead.
I think Illinois wins this game outright.
Money line, yeah.
And then also week 2 plays UTS, or I guess week 1. This is week 0. So
Yeah.
the next week plays UTSA and loses to the Roadrunners.
Where is it at? Is it at UTSA or is it at?
I think it's no. I think it's
Illinois,
in
right?
Illinois,
Yeah.
But either way, I think Illinois wins this game, feels himself. Brett Bielema then lays an egg against UTSA.
What does that look like for Nebraska's strength of schedule moving forward?
What does it look like for Scott Frost? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I thought Illinois had a chance to win this game too, just because it's so fucked up over there right now. And that's there's no money line on it now because it'll be out tomorrow probably.
Yeah,
Right?
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a money line on another site that's plus 215 Illinois. So 2-1 odds, essentially.
So you're gonna take that? Are you taking the money line on Illinois?
Yeah, I'll sprinkle.
Okay.
We'll sprinkle.
I mean, they're getting a touchdown too, so you could take both and parlay that shit.
Try to cover yourself,
Yeah.
even if you lose by 3.
What's the over/under on this game?
55.
That's high for these two teams. They're terrible.
Nebraska runs a lot of plays.
Yes.
Obviously,
well, they run the
that
ball a lot.
Scott Frost offense.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty quick. I'd say what I'm gonna do on this one. I'm gonna tease this up a half a point, and I'm gonna take Illinois. I think it is a touchdown game, but for the reasons that you mentioned earlier, I'm going to, just to be safe here, I'm gonna tease this up a half a point and take Illinois plus 7.5.
Another good bet on this, by the way, if you're taking Illinois, their team over on points is 23.5. I don't think they win this game without scoring 24 points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't expect them to score like 35 or anything, but I think that's an interesting bet. I think you talked me into Illinois for this. I'll take Illinois.
Okay.
It's just two shit show ass programs right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What about you, D'Anthony?
I'm the same. I think I'm going to take the Illinois. Well, we'll see what the money line looks like right before game time, or if there's any new developments. I'm going to wait, but I'm looking towards taking the money line, and also the +7, and parlaying that.
My question is, why does Nebraska think they deserve better?
Why do they?
Yeah.
So that's an interesting one. Their most famous alumni is Larry the Cable Guy. And
Who's from Connecticut?
Yep. Yeah.
By the way.
Nowhere near.
Last guy
anywhere
that won
in
him a
the South.
national championship is now their coach.
Right.
So
right.
I don't know. Like,
How many-
You haven't been
how-
relevant in 20 years.
To me, this is a very Tennessee situation where you have a very, very loyal fan base. They used to be great. 80s and 90s, they were fucking unstoppable.
You know
dude.
what's way cooler than Lincoln, Nebraska?
What's that?
Knoxville. You can get kids to go to Knoxville.
I agree. And look, I've partied in, so I'll take that back. I have not partied at Nebraska yet. Dan and I might go there, I think, for that Michigan game.
Yeah.
But I have partied in Knoxville, and it's a fucking blast.
It's a good time.
Yes.
I've partied in Lincoln.
How was it?
And to come back, you don't know what it's like to be in a shit town like Lincoln, Nebraska, and be a football player, which means you are a god.
Yeah.
You go to one recruiting trip, and that changed your mind a little bit. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
you can
saying.
do that at a better program.
Yeah. I took a recruiting trip to Tennessee, to Knoxville, and I was like, holy shit, this is great. The only weird thing about it is everything seems to be uphill, but the stadium and that whole experience is amazing.
Yeah.
It ultimately came down to I just didn't think they were going to be good.
Well,
Good enough.
look, next up, we've got Connecticut and Fresno State. And this is the biggest line I've ever seen on two teams that I don't know one name of one
Well,
player.
UConn's an independent now.
Yeah, they're not a.
I get it, dude.
Well, they
But
are
they're
technically-
still,
Division
they're,
two,
they're
though,
still, they're still adult
technically-
men.
I think they're still technically FBS, but they're like in a few years, I think they're going to D1AA or
Okay.
FCS.
I mean, they're still adult men. And
Yes.
they're getting 27 and a half unless you got something different.
I got 27 and a half.
Against Fresno State,
I
a
think
team.
their over-under for wins this year is like 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're terrible, but 27 and a half against who the fuck is
Fresno State.
It's not like,
MyBookie.com, by the way, promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your deposit on all this stuff.
When I first saw it, I was like, I thought it was San Jose State because that would make sense, right? Because they have a good football program, at least at that level. I'm
Yep.
like, oh, that makes sense. I'll probably fucking look into that and see.
They do now with Starkle and
For sure.
they're opening up with USC, getting
Yeah.
15. I saw already.
Yes.
I'm already looking ahead.
You guys
Same.
aren't aware of the Fresno State Bulldogs?
Oh, we are.
I know who
We
the team
are.
is. They've had some runs in basketball in the past, but
They've been good at football too.
they've been okay, but not like San Jose. That's why my brain was like San Jose State because they've actually been.
Home of mediocre NFL quarterback Derek Carr.
Yeah.
They won a bowl game a couple years ago,
Yeah.
right? Like in 2019.
Oh,
I think,
yeah.
the pre-COVID year.
What I find fascinating about this is this is a 2 p.m. Eastern game, so that means this is going to be 11 a.m. in Fresno because this is at Fresno State.
Yeah.
It's an 11 a.m. game. That's
Sleepy
strange.
kickoff.
Well,
Yes.
Connecticut doesn't have a fucking football field, probably.
They cut that with the budget.
They do it straight out of the ESPN headquarters up there.
That's gone. So, look, if you listen to the show all these years, you know I'm a 6-point teaser king, and I always do these teasers every fucking week now. This is one that I'll do a 6-point teaser on with Illinois. I'll jack that Illinois spread up to 13, and then I'm going to take this down to 21.5 and take Fresno State, only because Connecticut is that awful. And when your over-under win total for the season is 1.5, that means you've got one win, and then the rest are going to
And
be.
you're flying across country.
Yes, and at 11
Nobody
a.m.
wants to be there.
No, nobody wants to be
Are
in
you?
Fresno.
Do you have an over/under on this?
There is no over-under listed that I see.
Because it's probably.
Oh, I'm sorry.
70.
Over-under for points. Yeah,
Yeah.
for teams, there's not. For points, it's 62.5.
Yeah, and that's here's the thing.
I might take the over in that.
Fresno might score it by itself.
They might score it by
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
That's why it's probably 62.5.
I don't expect Connecticut to score unless it's a field goal or something, right? Like they just have one.
They could start putting up garbage time points.
Yeah,
Like Fresno-
one shitty touchdown.
Fresno
Not the-
State has the 107th ranked defense according to S&P Plus. 50th best offense. So offense is mediocre.
How do we
but
know
defense,
that? They haven't played a game
Defense is
yet.
dog shit. These aren't all freshmen.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah. Either way, that's where my money's going on this. That's about it.
I hate the
for
fucking green V sticker on the back of Fresno's helmets. It doesn't match any of their uniform.
No, it doesn't make sense.
No.
There's nothing
Makes
good
sense.
about Fresno State.
I don't know if it is supposed to like represent like a cause or like somebody died or something, but it's been on their helmet for quite a while now.
It could be Jim Valvano. Who knows? Who do you got in this one? You taking Fresno State? Plus 27.5?
We'll
Or minus 27.5?
dig deeper into this on Wednesday
Okay.
for the
Yeah,
Outside
yeah.
the Top 25
All right,
show.
perfect.
And we'll give you some logistical reasons why. But yeah, I'll be laying the points.
Okay, great. Oh, you are. So you're going to be taking the fucking points, huh?
I will be on Fresno. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got UAE plus 17 against UCLA. This is another one. This is at UCLA, so it's a 12:30 game for them, 3:30 Eastern time for this one. Has UCLA turned their bullshit around
A little bit.
with Chip Kelly?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I believe every game they played last year was a one-possession game.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is
Better than the record indicates.
This is a 3-possession game in this one. Hawaii is a tricky team. You never know who they are and what they're going to do, and they never get any media coverage, so they just kind of show up. And usually, it is the team on Saturday nights at midnight that you bet on when you've lost your ass the entire
out of that
and
hole.
you got to go. You got to bet on Hawaii.
What about UCLA though? I mean, they put up 35 points against Oregon last year. Not that Oregon. I mean, look, this is the sloppiest conference in all of college football.
Yes.
Should beat USC too.
Trap 12.
Yeah, they. I mean, it took Stanford 2 overtimes to beat them. USC, they were within 5 fucking points.
Yeah.
Even Arizona State and Arizona, both of whom were improved, they beat both of those teams.
No.
And Arizona State
last
was
year.
pretty good.
Yeah, so I'm not sure I buy this 17 points from Hawaii, to be honest.
No.
I like UCLA has. By the way, the over is 68 in this.
This is in LA, right?
Yeah, UCLA.
Yeah, if it was on the island, it would make more sense to
Yeah.
go with Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I think Hawaii probably is the public side because people just love to bet Hawaii.
Yes.
It's one of those It's one of those things where people are like literally like, oh yeah, no, Hawaii is like really good sometimes, and they're literally thinking about a quarterback who's dead now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
RIP.
From 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, if they're like, well, I don't know, Hawaii's always scores points, but no.
This is another one I throw in the 6-point teaser. I'm going to take this minus 17 down to minus 11 and take UCLA. I think UCLA will win this game by a couple touchdowns.
Also, from what I
don't
remember,
think you need to tease
last year's Hawaii team ran the fuck out of the ball, right?
Yeah, a lot more than previous years,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Because usually they used to have a quarterback that would sling it, and that was their deal.
Yeah.
And they would put up, 60 points a game. Everybody would bet the over at midnight, and it would be the running joke of like, all right, let's get the day back. But now they're running the ball. Is June Jones still their head coach, or did they get another coach?
He's been gone for
He's
quite
dead,
some
huh?
time.
Did he die?
He's not dead either.
No, he went to SMU, failed there, and then I don't
kinda
know what the
retired,
fuck happened
yeah.
to him after that.
Be a big fish in a little pond, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the moral of this story. It's
And
what
I mean,
it is.
Rolo went to Washington State after Leach left. So
Okay. Yeah. Well, either way, I'm going to go with UCLA on this one at minus 11 and tease this down just because I can.
I can't
I
wait.
don't-
Oh, go ahead. No.
I would say you don't even need to tease it. I think they win by 20 plus points. UCLA, I think.
They're looking to make a mark this year, so they're going to come out motivated.
Yes.
To be honest,
Oh,
and
that's right.
if you're a
68's
smart,
a high over under.
it is. But if you're a smart coach, right? Especially if you're a Pac-12 coach, because you know this from experience, you got to tell guys, hey, I know Hawaii's kind of a fucking goofy team, but don't fuck around because they will come out here and score a bunch of points and make you look like assholes.
they
right?
do have Todd Graham as their coach. I forgot about that now.
Yeah, it's not one of those teams that
Fucking hard ass bullshit coach.
That should mesh with Hawaii.
Hawaii should not. Yeah, I know, right? Fucking shit. But Hawaii's not one of those teams that you can say snuck up on you at this point.
No.
You should know that they bring a certain, whatever the fuck to the table.
My
so.
biggest Todd Graham memory is when he was at Arizona State and they beat Notre Dame at Arizona State, and one of his players took a pick six. Obviously, took it to the house, and he started celebrating. Put Arizona State up like 2 touchdowns with like a few minutes left, and Todd Graham just started to chastise the player for winning him the game. Because he celebrated too heavily.
Yeah.
Well-
And he needed to. I think. That's where my money's going with this one.
Yeah, UCLA wins by like 20 points at least. Their S&P thinks they're like the 10th best offense, and Hawaii's terrible.
Defensively, yeah.
Defensively.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hawaii is a state. It's very beautiful.
Love it.
They don't like.
White people?
No, well, I was going to say like the majority of their economy is tourism, right?
Yeah.
And they're not
Yeah.
major fans.
Island
of-
time.
It was pretty cool. I went there for my honeymoon, and I went to Kauai. It was fun. Wrong type of cock all over the island.
Okay.
I was, I guess, misled. Just roosters everywhere. Not what I wanted.
Right. But
Yeah. It's a weird island to choose for your honeymoon.
It's also a weird choice to come in with like the fucking daddiest of all dad jokes. At 4 p.m. on a goddamn Monday, Bob. What
Look,
the fuck?
he's an old man.
You're not even a dad quite
He's
yet.
almost
Quite
a dad.
yet.
Give
Yeah.
it like a day or two at least. Son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
She's eating Taco Bell tonight to try and induce.
Oh, get that hot
Yeah.
sauce, dude. Get
Hey,
that
man.
hot sauce. You gotta go with the hot sauce.
That's a
now-
good Taco Bell commercial.
Have a baby, dude. Get some fucking hot sauce. Next up, we got UTEP against New Mexico State. This is the game that everybody was waiting for.
I don't know what to do about any of this.
This is -9 for UTEP. I'm going to rely on your knowledge here of these two amazing programs. Who do you got in this one here with UTEP, New Mexico State?
What's the line?
-9
For New Mexico
UTEP.
State.
Nope.
Oh.
UTEP.
Okay.
So it makes it easy, right?
According to ESPN's matchup predictor,
Give me the Aggies. Give me New Mexico State in the points.
UTEP has a 68.9% chance of winning this. Now, what are the chances that it's actually 68.9 and not 69?
Yeah.
Do you think does ESPN have an algorithm that changes 69 to the lower or higher fraction?
100%, dude. You can't throw up a 69 and not have people erupt.
The numbers
joy.
are the numbers, man.
Yeah, I agree.
UTEP is one of the worst D1 teams.
They are, but they're minus nine. They're minus 9, bro.
Yeah, Mexico State also one of the worst.
Yeah.
No, they're not even D1.
What's the over/under on this fucking thing? This chooch squad here.
The over/under? I don't fucking
UTEP, New
see
Mexico
one. Let's
State.
see. Okay, 54.5. What do you pick? What do you pick for any of this?
It's the Battle of I-10.
You're fucking sick if you bet this game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude. Look, you know from the show, I do sit out games. I'm not touching this. Shit show.
There's no look. Don't be a fucking pussy. All right. This is the first. It's week 0.
Yeah.
There's only 3 games. What the fuck else are you gonna do?
4 games.
4 games.
4 games. I'm betting 3 of 4. I'm not touching this fucking mess.
Come on, Ross. This is an easy over. This is an easy over. This is my lock of those week 0. It's the over on.
You
this.
look like a person. You look exactly like a person making a lock pick on this game should look, which is to say, high as shit.
All tickets, by the way, on drinkinbrostickets.com are available. Just out of curiosity, I wonder how much tickets for a matchup like this are going.
Oh,
to see Doug Martin and the boys?
Yeah. If anything,
$21.
If you can find a prop on this game for like over/under on the amount of turnovers, smash that.
Yeah, this is going to be sloppy.
Take the over. Yeah, that's what I would take. That's the only thing I would like reasonably bet in this game.
This is going to be football in its purest form, and by that I mean like 1920s football,
Yeah.
where they wore leather heads.
where you either won 100-0 or 1-0.
Oof.
Yes.
Here we go. All right.
There's a reason it took a while for football to take
I was
off.
going to say, is this a Friday night game? No, it's not.
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
The
Under
only
lights. This is the night game.
This is the only night game.
So on drinkinbrostickets.com, by the way, on drinkinbrostickets.com, it's about $10 cheaper than a ticket than StubHub. It's an aftermarket thing, but all right, you can get lowers here for $44, and that's a nice thing. So $44.
Dude, just get on.
Does anybody even
you can
live
sit
there?
on the 10-yard line for $44.
All right, my lock is the over plus Tyron Woodley in a parlay on Saturday night, and that's what you get. You come back for the juice.
Get to that, my man, dude, because I am all in. That's going to be next up here on Jake Paul. But in the meantime, yeah, if you want to go to this, how far of a drive is New Mexico State from Austin? It's a hike, right?
Sean?
Yeah, well, I'm from El Paso, so I've been to this game many times.
Yeah.
Are you really from El Paso?
Again, it's
Yeah.
the war on
All of
I-10.
this, now your whole life makes sense to me. I know exactly
It's
who
an
you are as a
8-hour
person.
drive from here.
Yeah, it's in Las Cruces.
It's like an 8-hour drive to El Paso from here.
We've
Yeah,
been,
it's only 45 minutes from El
Yeah,
Paso.
yeah.
That's why it's a rivalry.
we've been flirting with
9-hour drive. Sorry.
having a character go to these games. We should probably do this, dude. I'm going to hit him up.
Yeah, see what he's doing.
I really want to send me to El Paso.
Scovlin?
Not you.
No, not
asshole.
Chet. I got a guy here. Yeah, I get a guy. We're thinking about it. You know him at home, and it'd be hilarious.
He doesn't wear
I would
pants.
just actually like to have Chet interview players after the game, but they lost the game, like the losers of the game. And just Chet break down everything they did wrong.
Or interview practice squad players about how the game went that weekend.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny. It would give those guys a chance to let people know who they are.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, practice squad players and bench players make most of their money after their careers.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if we can get them started in the media, that'd be great. Maybe we find the next John Anik out there somewhere.
You never know, dude.
Or the next Dan Orlovsky or something like that.
I hate Dan Orlovsky. Do you like Dan Orlovsky?
He's all right.
Yeah, he's
I
all
mean,
right.
he doesn't take criticism poorly, so I like that about him.
Yeah.
He's wrong a lot.
Yeah,
like
he's just a lot.
Ryan, what's his name? Ryan, whatever the fuck.
Lochte?
No.
Clark?
Yeah, Ryan Clark does not take criticism well.
Yeah.
He always gets personal and he's upset.
Ryan Lochte also doesn't take criticism well.
Nah, he's fine. He doesn't care. I don't think he knows what you're saying.
He got.
Well, that's why he doesn't take it well.
He got hemmed up in Brazil, and we're lucky he's still alive.
He's just a sex idiot. Just let him be a sex idiot.
Yeah, it's
all-
fine.
Yeah.
It's totally fine. Giorgio, now we'll get to the top sporting event of the weekend. because this is where you lose your shit.
It is. And speaking of Ryan Lochte and Mizzou, he used to party there and be a crazy sex ed at Mizzou as well when he would come qualify for some of those relays.
Was he fucking?
We had a big Olympic pool.
Yeah.
And this swimmer from Israel who got busted for steroids bought this like giant house, and they used to just throw like crazy parties in the basement there. He'd wear his Ugg boots, take his shirt off, and he wore a bandana around his nose and just started dancing. It was definitely a vibe.
Dak Henson is saying, let's be honest, college football was garbage last season. It was, man. With COVID and all that other bullshit, that was the one sport that I felt missed the fans, and that could really affect the spreads and the outcome of the game.
That was college basketball.
I like the NBA
Both.
and college basketball.
Yeah,
But,
college basketball without fans probably gives the road team like 4 points.
Yeah.
Like it was fucking crazy.
And I think we're back this year, so it's full capacity
Well, we'll see,
everywhere.
right?
Well, most of the major schools have already announced it. Alabama full capacity, LSU full capacity, Texas, Ohio State, Clemson, all these guys are full
The
capacity.
Cabanas will be rocking at UCF.
Yeah. But was it ever full capacity?
It's always
there?
full.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I've seen some wild. I haven't been there, but I like on TV. I've seen those. They're pretty wild crowds
right.
for the big uns.
All right, we'll see. So next up, Sunday nights, because these games are on Saturdays. Sunday nights, this is where all of my money's going. I've already put $1,000 on this fight, no lie. And I believe I've already posted it in Drinkin' Bros. The odds are shitty, though.
I know Edson Barboza, but he fights Saturday.
No. Not even talking about them. Talking about the real superstar of combat sports. That is Jake Paul, who is fighting Tyron Woodley on Sunday nights. Giorgio, I put the camera on yourself because I want this not only on audio, but I want it on video. Who are you taking?
I understand I let you down. Drinking Bros family. I know I told you to bet the house on Ben, but Ben is a troll. Ben is just didn't take it seriously, had the hip surgery, but we're going to make it back because I think we got like, what do we have, Dan? Like minus 180 for Tyron
it's
right
minus,
No, Jake Paul was last I saw minus 195.
I'll put it this way. So
No,
I put $1,000 on
Paul's
it.
minus 200 and Tyron Woodley is plus 170 right now.
On my bookie, when I put $1,000 on it, no lie, because I've already bet it, and I post it in Drinkin' Bros Sports. Subscribe on Facebook, private group. You can see all my bets there. From mybookie.com, promo code Drinkin' Bros uploads your deposit. $558 is what I'm getting back off of a $1,000 bet.
Right. So I would say put at least $5,000 on Tyron. If I don't know if you got to borrow it from your friend, you got to steal it from your grandma, but like go.
Are you kidding?
Find this money.
Are you kidding?
And put it like these odds are too sweet. They're too good. Like you're almost doubling your money back on a sure bet. And look, I understand. The crash happened, but now it's the bull run. We're back. We're back in blue, baby. We're back in the green. Tyron Woodley.
Mizzou wrestling
colors.
is back.
Well, so is this real? And why do you believe this? And I'm asking for an honest assessment here.
Because Woodley has hands.
My God, he's fucking 40. What are we
He is.
doing,
He's
dude?
small.
What are we doing?
He's a little bit smaller. He's a little bit older. He is taking it seriously now. And I think that's the very big difference. Is he takes it very seriously, and he does not want to be embarrassed. He is not Ben. He does things probably wouldn't roll off him as easy.
Nah.
Tyron's kind of fighting for himself here.
What would be a lower moment in his life if he lost this fight, or the TV scene where he gets his dick bit off by a raccoon?
What movie was that? Because you just described Range 15.
Wasn't T.I. the one that
Yeah, I think T.I.
sick to the raccoon?
Yeah,
on?
there's a TV show where he gets his dick bit off by a raccoon.
Yeah.
Really?
He owes a drug lord money.
Great.
I'm always a little worried now about this, about like anyone fighting Jake Paul, because like Jake Paul can't afford to lose. Because the moment he loses, no one will care.
The ride's over.
Yeah, the ride is over.
No one will
Yeah.
care.
And it's over for his brother, too. Let's face it. Like he's fighting for both of them at this point.
Yeah.
Because Logan's got a pretty big match set up as well that's coming on the pipeline. Losing to Mayweather is one thing, right? Because that's a real boxer, arguably one of the greatest of all time, obviously 50-0. That's fine. That's not going to hurt you, right? But if Jake loses this fight, yes, it is over after that.
There's an
and that's
immediate
it.
rematch clause. You can definitely sell the rematch. You like if he losing circumstances. Jake didn't realize what he was up against. Return of the Jake. Now he's really taking it seriously.
Yeah,
It depends on the nature of the loss. I mean, if he gets fucking shelled in there, that's not gonna play. But if he loses a decision,
Like a close decision.
whatever,
Like, no, run it back.
If he gets knocked out, he's done.
maybe. I mean, if he gets knocked out in the final round after a fucking crazy fight, then that happens.
Yeah.
There's only a couple of boxers ever that have a perfect record, right?
Yeah.
Jake just needs to do his best Kelvin Gastelum impression and just lose really close.
No.
Well, I don't
That's
know
not
if
gonna happen.
I probably wouldn't plan for that.
I've got, so on my bookie here, because here's the real money, kids. I've got Jake Paul. You can bet on actually in rounds 3 and 4, and that's plus 375. I've got Jake Paul knocking him out in the 3rd or 4th round. I was going to sprinkle on both. I'm glad you can just do it here.
375 for. I've got 450 and 550 respectively in 3 and 4. So you.
Ooh, on my bookie right now.
You may want.
I'll refresh it. Let me refresh it, dog.
If you want to.
No, I've got
I'll
plus
say this:
375.
Jake will not knock him out. He might outbox him, but he won't knock him out.
I'm thinking tattoo bet in honor of the Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley. Me and Ross go.
Oh, I see.
I love Ross Patterson. If Jake Paul
You don't want
right.
that, Giorgio. No.
and then Ross goes, I love Giorgio if Tyron wins.
Giorgio, don't do this to yourself.
I think the better bet would actually be putting I love Jake Paul on your body, because then like you as like the ultimate fucking MMA guy, wrestler and everything else, nothing would be more embarrassing in your life than a guy who you think is not a fighter beating you again and then having to put I love Jake Paul on yourself.
What do you think about a picture of Jake Paul's face on his thought? So Sal Volcano from Impractical Jokers has a picture of Jaden Smith tattooed on his outer thigh right here. I think that would be perfect, and we'll obviously pay for it.
Yes, we will pay for that.
As a matter of fact, we'll have one of our tattoo artist friends who's really good at doing faces make sure it looks pristine.
Yes, a Jake Paul face.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
You just took a huge inhale of weed over there.
Yeah,
Go ahead
so
and
he's
put that
definitely-
camera.
he's making good
Go ahead and put that
decisions.
camera on yourself.
talking
You
himself
were
into the bet.
Fucking nervous, dude, about
What
this.
what do I get if I win?
What would you like? What would you like, Giorgio?
Tramp stamp, maybe?
The wife would never go for a tramp stamp, and that'd be a hard one to live down.
That would be.
Like, 'cause I would let you put the Jake Paul tattoo in some place that only you know. You know.
Right, but why Jake Paul? I'm thinking someone else. Like, if I get my choice of
This will be the
people-
second time. First of all, your hair is blonde because of Jake Paul.
Right.
Second of all, but we did find your look in there. Second of all, you're claiming this is a real fighter. He's lost his last 4 fights in the MMA.
That's true.
And now he's going in fighting a 23-year-old kid who's been doing nothing but training boxing for fucking years now at this point.
This is going to go down a road where eventually it's like 20 fights into Jake Paul's career, and Giorgio's like that fucking that guy who got plastic surgery to look like a BTS member.
He's like Rickety Cricket from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Like every year he gets a scar. Like one of his eyes is gone now. He's got a big scar across his stomach.
Giorgio's. It's going to morph into Giorgio just gets plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Like he keeps losing bets of more body
He's chasing that
transformation.
high,
Like it gets
but when it finally hits, man.
Can't wait.
Okay, if I win, Ross gets Chrissy Teigen.
Boy.
Chrissy Teigen.
What about
tattoo?
Face.
what about her autograph tattooed on it?
Nah, her face.
For her fucking face?
Her face.
Could you imagine?
You're gonna see it every time you take a shit for the rest of your life.
You know what? You know the shitty part about that, like, is Jesse hates her so much too. She'd have to see that all the time. Ugh, gross. We'll talk about it off air here, but well, seriously, in all sincerity, around the horn here, you honestly have Tyron winning.
Yeah, I got Tyron winning, probably in a decision. Camera, focus back on me again. Okay, it's not doing that. You're annoying. Yeah, I got Tyron winning a decision. I don't think he's putting Jake away. I think Jake's in shape. I think he's a lot tougher than people give him credit for. But I don't think he knows what it's like to really be in that battle, which is what Ben was supposed to put him in. And I think Tyron is going to put him in.
Okay, great. And we're doing a live watch along with this fight on Sunday nights.
Yeah,
You'll be able
by the
to
way-
see what. Follow us, watch the fight with us, and you'll be able to see what our actual bet is on that night.
Yeah, fight goes the distance, by the way, is plus 600 right now. So if you are confident in that, that's a good bet.
That's a lot of money,
Damn.
Giorgio. At 6-1.
I think it does. How many
Did
rounds?
You do too? 8.
I won.
Yeah,
I
it's
won
going
like
nuts.
what $3,500 the last time on the fight going the distance with his brother and Mayweather.
Yes.
Because obviously it was going to go the distance.
No. Yeah,
I don't know.
Point in it.
The only way that you could win that fight was if you knocked somebody out, and you saw what I was right. Mayweather did knock him out, and he held his ass up. Right? They did not want a knockout to happen then.
I rewatched it. I think there was so many clinches because of the heat and everything. I think he was expecting him to clinch again, and that's why he accidentally did it. I don't believe in the conspiracy of that at all.
I do.
Yeah.
So who do you got in this one then, D'Anthony?
I'll say the same shit I said to Homegirl when she was on the show. I know they're in the same camp, but boxing is like when Romans would capture fucking warriors during battle and all this other bullshit, and they threw them in to the pits to become gladiators. The reason that they had to retrain in the gladiatorial arts is because it's a different style of fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the being a rampage expert in close combat is good if you're in an actual war, but if you're in a one-on-one situation like that, that's not necessarily the best way to go about it. Now, that's not a perfect analogy, but MMA, the way they learn boxing in MMA is different than the way boxers learn boxing. They throw combos as a matter of course, not as a matter of opportunity. Mm-hmm. The difference is I'm sizing this guy up and I see that his left elbow is a little bit lower than it normally is. So I know in my brain I throw this combo to take advantage of that. That's how it's katas, right? It's different. One thing about mixed martial arts is, although it did combine a lot of really good skills together, when you become a special or a generalist like that, you do lose some of that specialty. And when you narrow the focus of the rules down to just boxing rules, then the person that is a specialist in that becomes better again.
Yes.
And I think the fact that Jake has been training specifically on boxing makes him a better choice for a boxing match.
And Woodley's striking's more effective in MMA because there's always that threat of the takedown. Obviously, he's a wrestler. So that's why he was kind of a better striker because people were always kind of like, he could change levels.
Right.
I want to take Jake by decision.
Okay.
I think it's close enough to the point, though, where Tyron can argue that he won the fight and say he got robbed, and they'll run it back. We'll do a second fight. It'll be close enough, intriguing enough to keep our attention, and we'll all watch the second fight probably too.
Okay.
But he ain't knocking out Woodley.
So let me ask you this. On the rematch clause, is it on both sides or just on Woodley's?
I think it's both.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because sometimes you wonder, like, it depends on who it is. Hot Bob, who do you got?
I'll just take my Mizzou guy, go Woodley. I do love whoever said that, though, that fucking go the distance bet, plus 600. Mm-hmm. I think that's the way to lay your money if you want. Like that's the surest of the sure things.
John Gonzalez, I believe, that said that.
Yeah, go the distance. He was on the show last week.
Nailed it.
Field of Dreams. Great episode, by the way. So I am going with Jake Paul with a knockout in round 3 or 4. So I'm going to take that bet on my bookie, and I am all in on Jake Paul. I've already bet $1,000 on him.
We also bet $10,000.
Win the fight. Well, against Paige Van Sant, yes. That bet's long-standing at this point. But personal, like my own money into this right now, I've got $1,000 on that, and I'm probably throw another 200 on these rounds, and I think it will be a knockout. I think running around like this, you'll be exhausted. And to Jake, if he gets another fucking meme knockout of one of these guys, I mean, his stock will just fucking elevate, dude. And I can't wait to see the look on your face that night.
My face?
Yeah, if Jake wins again.
No, I literally just picked Jake.
No, I know.
Yeah.
You'll be happy.
You're saying it's going to go the distance and it's going to be close. I don't think this fight's going to be close at all.
He knocked out Nate Robinson and Ben Askren. He's not going to knock out Woodley. It's different levels. There's different levels of this shit.
No, there's not. He's 40 years old. He's lost his last 4 MMA fights, and he's training boxing for the first time.
He lost to Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington, Vicente Luque, and Gilbert Burns.
Killers.
These are just animals. Yeah, like just.
And he didn't get knocked out. Like he broke his rib against Colby, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. And then fought for like another 4 rounds, like because I think he went the distance, and then he got choked out by Vicente Luque.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised. I mean, he's pretty well known as a well-conditioned dude. Maybe carrying heavier gloves around fucks him up because it does happen sometimes to people. But you got to think he's been training for that shit.
Was there a catch weight?
Is this catch weight?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Woodley is quite a bit smaller than
What
Paul.
are they? Yeah, I was going to say, because that's the other part that nobody's thinking about.
I think it's at like 186, I believe the weight is, which is fine. I mean, Woodley was a 170-pounder So, he's obviously walking around 190, 200 pounds.
So he'll be fine. Jake is going to have to trim down, though, to get there.
So it's not a hard weight cut for Woodley because he's old. So he's easy to get down to it. And Jake has to cut a little bit of something because that's not his normal weight.
Colton's saying 190.
I said 186.
Oh, is it 190? Yeah, I mean,
Right.
he was at 192 for the last one, right? Or something like that, 194. I believe.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I mean,
Either way,
it's not like a huge cut.
That's
for
not
him.
really big, and they're probably weighing in like a day beforehand anyway. Boxing is a lot less cardio intensive than wrestling as far as when it comes to MMA. So you can go a lot longer just standing up than you can. So I don't think the stand up is going to make him tired in any aspect.
Okay, and if you do side with Delco Dan on this one, on my bookie right now, Jake Paul by decision is plus 1,200, so that's 12-1 odds on that. That's pretty fucking good.
I'm gonna see if it'll let me parlay the goes the distance. I probably won't let you parlay that.
It won't. It won't let you do that. But you can certainly parlay this fight with the college football games this weekend, and that'll be fun. So I've done that before as well. Shit, there was one night we did MMA and college football, and we parlayed those together. That was a fucking blast, dude.
Well, it was a day MMA card.
Yeah.
Where we saw Calvin Cater get his face knocked in for about 5 rounds. Took the most strikes to the head,
Yeah.
I believe, in MMA history, where
Yeah.
Max Holloway just worked him.
A lot of people in the chat. So I mean, dude, that's a lot of people going with Woodley. Good luck. Looking forward to it either way. Next up here, one of the top stories of the weekend was Sha'Carri Richardson finally got back on the track. She was up against the women from Jamaica, and she got smoked, pun intended, and then quit the 200 meters. She lost in the 100 meters and quit the 200 meters.
Rightfully so.
Why?
Hey, man, if you're going to lose, just bail.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. Also, for what it's
You're
worth,
not my real dad, and leave or whatever.
the Jamaicans fucking crush in that sport.
They do.
So like she
finished in last place, by the way.
I don't know what her training has been like since she got kicked out of the Olympics, but she was already facing, I assume, like the best runners in the world for that sport, because like the Jamaican men and women usually fucking dominate the sprinting events. And yeah, so she was like we never saw her beating, or I don't remember seeing her beating like people from other countries, right? She was just beating Americans in the trials and like looking cool doing it, which is great. But like, and America's usually pretty good at track and field, but like, yeah, the Jamaicans in the like short sprint especially are fucking killers.
Yeah, they fucking dominate. Me personally, I was happy to see it just because now we have our answer of what would have happened. I mean, you have the top 3 in the world there. She would have lost anyway, so who cares? There was a big deal made about it. I still don't understand why weed is considered a fucking performance-enhancing drug, but whatever, man.
No, it's not even performance. It's just illegal.
I just wanted the answer to it, though.
They're just like, no, you can't do it.
Yeah. I just wanted the answer to it, so I'm amped about that. Next up, Roger Goodell is saying keep Bills in Buffalo, and they need a new stadium here. Look, I don't think the Bills are going anywhere, do you?
Yes.
No.
You take that team out of that city?
Get them out of there.
Really?
Yeah.
Where at?
Bring them here.
Well-
I'm just jealous. Or I'm sorry, selfishly, I want them to be here because I like that organization.
All
But-
of us would love that. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
First off,
not gonna
we
leave.
live
don't
here.
touch
It's
the
a-
Bills. Move the Chargers here.
Yeah.
If you're gonna move anyone.
there's a few other teams. that can
yeah.
go there. Yeah. Chargers don't belong in LA. Move them back
No.
to San Diego. I don't care.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm still not used to that.
They're homeless.
Yeah.
No one cares about the Chargers now.
No
San
one.
Diego's mad. I mean, people barely care about the fucking Rams in LA.
I know. And they get a $2 billion stadium there.
That the Chargers just like share, like
Yeah.
rent from them.
Yeah.
And they couldn't even fill up a fucking MLS stadium. Fuck that. By the way, the lawyers for St. Louis that are suing the NFL and Jerry Jones and Stan Kroenke or whatever keep winning case after case, and all this like collusion, like a bunch of like collusion emails and shit like that are about to become public record. It's Stan Kroenke and that whole fucking gang are about to get fucked up the ass with that move. So like, I'm excited for that. That's the only thing I care about in the NFL.
Yeah, you don't seem bitter at all.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. No. It actually breaks my heart to pick the Rams or even feel like a tinge of like hope for the Rams this year just because I like Matt Stafford. But like really, fuck the Rams.
But speaking of Stan Kroenke, though, Stan Kroenke also owns Arsenal Football Club, which lost to Chelsea in the London Derby this weekend, 2-0.
Yeah.
We saw the return of Romelu Lukaku scoring a goal on his second debut at Stamford Bridge, originally purchased as an 18-year-old and originally purchased again for $100 million as a 28-year-old. And Chelsea are top of the table. But back to you, Ross.
Yeah.
If you don't know what Stan Kroenke looks like, by the way, before you Google him, just picture like a mortician who upcharges families grieving their dead child because they're too like grief stricken.
So he looks like Ted Cruz?
Yeah.
Worth.
I honestly have no idea what he looks like, but
His looks match his name.
I was gonna say I'm thinking like
How do you spell
he
his
has
name?
a curly
Kroenke.
mustache.
Kroenke.
Does he tie women to railroad tracks?
He mostly
Great.
just looks like a mortician that'll rip you off because you're too grief stricken to be able to compute that he's doing that.
Why is his face is weird?
Yeah, it's real.
His hair is
fucking weird.
clearly
He looks like he's wearing a mask.
yeah. He doesn't look like a person.
And he changes out his toupee, and they're different colors. Like a woman can do that, and you're like,
there
oh,
he
that's
is.
normal.
Yeah.
But when a dude does it, it's like, oh, you're fucking bald.
Yeah. That's
But
creepy.
isn't it incredible? Like he's a billionaire. Look how just cheap he looks.
The gray hair does him well, actually. He looks better.
He
with
looks
gray
better
hair.
with gray hair. Oh, look at that fucking.
You got to know when to go gray. You got to go into no
I think
gray.
he also married into his billions for the most part.
Oh,
is sick.
like John Kerry.
Yeah.
Because he married into the Walmart family.
And the
He married into the
Waltons.
Walton family.
Yeah, so the Kroenke owned Kroenke Real Estate Group, which got all of the land that every Walmart was going to purchase on. So he knew ahead of time where Walmarts were going to be.
Yep.
And then could rent out all that land to those stores beside them development projects.
Yeah.
So he's
Kroenke, dude.
really upright businessman.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. Next up here, Bryson DeChambeau, your boy,
Yeah.
has accepted an invitation to compete in the Professional Long Drivers Association World Championship in Mesquite, Nevada
He's gonna get his ass whooped.
on September 27th. He posted on Instagram that long drive competitions are an opportunity to help grow the game of golf. Does this guy want to play anymore, or is this just like a fucking
I think he's
troll?
right. I think he's right. Like chicks like dig the long ball, right?
Yeah.
People fucking will come out to watch him play in person if he's doing crazy shit. It doesn't matter if he's winning or not.
Well, and it's also the modern golf game. Most courses, you just bomb and gouge.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
even have to have skill. Like as long as you hit the ball super far, you're having a wedge in, whether you're on the fairway or if you're in the rough. It doesn't matter. It's kind of like hacking the game. Every other sport's doing it. Basketball, you shoot through more threes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Baseball, you're hitting more dingers. Like,
Yep.
It's just kind of like a analytical way to play golf. And some weeks it works, some weeks it doesn't. And he's just gonna kind of live with whatever happens that week.
Yes. So his average drive, he's first in the PGA, 321.5 this year, and his longest of the year is 414.
I don't think he even has like the highest ball speed or club head speed. And guys that swing way like Cam Champ usually outdrives them. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
guys
So
like
they
John
said
Cena.
that's good for the fifth longest of the season. Lee Westwood is number one, who's old as shit at 425. He hit a drive 425 this year. Lee Westwood.
It might have
He's
been
on
in like
steroids, right?
No, it might have been in like South Africa or something. Yeah,
Elevation.
yeah, somewhere.
Says it was at the Byron Nelson. Where's that at?
It's here.
That's Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's where it was.
That's a big party tournament.
Is it really?
People fucking get wasted at that tournament. It's fucking rage at
Maybe
that
he was-
tournament.
Yeah, Cam Champ was second, by the way, 424.
Yeah, he hits the shit out of the ball. Right now, Rom's winning in New York in the first
you-
playoff event.
Did you pick that?
Did not pick Rom. No, he's the favorite.
All right.
He was like 5-1. I'm not picking Rom.
Wow.
5-1.
won.
Imagine.
In golf.
Fucking poor. Yeah, I only fucking quintupled my money.
Yeah. Breaking news here. Big Ten teams will forfeit if COVID nixes availability. I think, SEC is doing the same thing. If it does happen and a team like an Ohio State or an Alabama goes down in one of those conferences, they'll weigh this out differently at the end of the year. I don't think that loss is going to matter, right?
Well, you're mistaken in assuming that Alabama would even allow that to be happening to them. Nick Saban, I guarantee you Alabama's 100% vaccinated, for one thing. Like, that team's not missing.
Yeah, but is this contingent upon being vaccinated or not?
I mean, you're just probably less likely to catch it if the whole team's fucking vaccinated than if you're like. So I mean, and also just Nick Saban is going to do everything he can do to make sure, like, he doesn't lose games stupidly on the field.
No, he eats the same 3 meals every day of his life.
Yes,
wears the same clothes.
Bama's not forfeiting a single fucking game because
it's funny how people made so much fun of Harbaugh for his outfit. Like, no, I mean, maybe it's a goofy outfit, but at least when he goes home, he puts on a different outfit. You know what I mean? Saban, he wakes up in the morning like Mr. Rogers, goes over his closet and pulls out that exact fucking outfit and puts it on like a cartoon character.
Yeah. Grabs his oatmeal cream pie.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Has one every morning.
Bama's not missing a single fucking game. I would honestly be a little worried if I was an Ohio State fan, just because like they had problems not keeping their dudes in the dorms last year, basically.
Yeah, they for whatever reason, in the Big Ten, they had a different protocol than all the other conferences. I blame Kevin Warren for that. I didn't agree with. I mean, it was like 3 weeks if you had COVID, you had to sit out. I mean, it was a crazy fucking thing. But you're right with Saban. He's not going to let any of that fucking bullshit happen.
Saban wouldn't. But does Dabo have the same control? Do they have the same control at Oklahoma or any of these other?
OU for sure does not. I would err on the side of Dabo probably doing a pretty good job with it.
Yeah, but Dabo is the fucking. I mean, look, Saban is of similar origin, but Dabo is a little bit more of a religious right guy. I know that shouldn't be a thing in college fucking football, but he's kind of positioned himself that way. And what are the players? Parents, for example, or the boosters and the IPTAY, I pay $30 a year, the giant booster organization that Clemson has. What do they have to say about that shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know it's stupid, but there's fucking political pressure. I mean, look, that's how business gets done. College football might be worse than DC, to be honest.
Also, Dabo, where's your resignation? Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
No.
He has actually been more vocal than Saban or anyone else. He's one of the more vocal. He's always more vocal, but he's been like, get the vaccine from the beginning. So I assume.
I wonder if there's a price to pay behind the scenes for that. I mean, if you win, probably not, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't win in college football,
that's it.
Yeah.
You die.
You get killed. You get murdered. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Oklahoma's probably at risk.
Yes.
Oklahoma State for sure.
Well,
yeah.
Gundy.
I would be worried if I was OU, Georgia, or Ohio State. I would be worried.
Also,
I don't think those coaches exercise the same control or respect over their teams.
OU opens up in New Orleans.
Also a problem.
Well, the New Orleans in the city, though, you have to be vaccinated to go anywhere.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe that helps, but probably not. Because it's not like all the assholes who descend on New Orleans for the games are going to give 2 fucks about that.
Right.
They're just going to be drinking in the street.
Yeah, you get some Billy Bob walking up to you. Hey, man, take my hand grenade.
Yeah.
Fuck those Sooners, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And they're playing Tulane, so it's like they're going to be out.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah, they're going to be out.
Well, good for them.
Next up here is the Chicago Bears. Man, they're a lot like Dallas Cowboy fans, Sean. They really are.
I don't think so.
I do. In our fucking chat, dude, I hear from these assholes all the time. Everybody's amped about Justin Fields.
Yeah.
The team, the stadium, rather, chanted for him to get into a fucking preseason game. The Bears coach, Nagy, who they hate, has already announced that Andy Dalton is the week 1 starter no matter what, and fuck off. I think it's going to be a fun season now. Like I'm in with fans and people screaming and shit.
I don't believe him.
Oh, that he's going to start week 1? Man.
I think if Fields comes out again and does stuff like he's been doing again, it's not just about the fucking fan. I mean, if fans are yelling in the preseason, that's a problem already. Obviously, they want him there. The question has to become, and he's going to hear this from management, is who gives them a better chance to win football games between him and Andy Dalton? And the obvious answer is not Andy Dalton. I mean, get the fuck out of here.
Right, but it is the ultimate hot seat move for a coach, a guy who's already like kind of borderline about to get fired.
Yep.
It buys him time.
Yeah. If you start him later in the season and then the team starts to turn it around, you'd be like, oh, well, look, bring me back next year. We'll keep the same system.
We'll keep going.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
I mean, that's what happens. That's why I always whenever anybody asks, when do you think so-and-so is going to be starting over somebody else, usually week 3 or 4 is when it happens, right?
Yeah.
And it probably is because of a slow start.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, this one, why the fuck waste time? You've got Andy Dalton and Nick Foles to turn to if things go poorly. And I'm not saying that sarcastically. It's like either one of those two guys can get you through a season.
Yeah.
How many quarterbacks in the history of the league, this is where my only concern comes in, how many quarterbacks in the history of the league succeeded after like a couple years of just pure like being under siege the whole fucking time?
Well,
You're on a dog shit team.
I don't know if we've seen a whole lot of that, right?
Deshaun Watson's a recent example I can think of, succeeding in spite of everything around him.
Yeah. Well, we'll see it, right?
Was Peyton his first few years?
Yeah, Peyton was one. But I mean, like Brady, Rodgers, Mahomes.
I mean, Andrew
like,
Luck got lit the fuck up his first year,
Yeah.
too.
But he
Yeah.
walked into the
Trey
But he
Aikman.
walked into a pretty good
It was a
organization.
better organization, yeah. for
Troy
sure.
Archie
Aikman,
Manning.
what was it? What are they? 1-15?
1-15,
One
yeah.
15, yeah.
That's
worst,
crazy.
Worst to first, yeah.
So speaking of which, Sean, we'll go over to you for this one here. The dirtbag Cowboys fan that you are. Adam Schefter said Dak Prescott might not be available for the entire year. What's the fucking story with this guy?
Well, no, he said it'd be a lingering injury for the whole year. He never said that.
Okay. A lingering. So the shoulder, but we're talking about the shoulder, not the leg, right?
Yeah. The
Okay.
shoulder.
What is it? What's going on with Dak Prescott with his shoulder?
Strained shoulder muscle is what it says.
Yeah, that's all it says, but it's weird.
Here, strained shoulder muscles lead to
Tommy John
No, not Tommy
surgery.
John. That's the elbow. But yeah, I mean, it's the shoulder.
Rotator cuff.
The rotator cuff and the tendons and ligaments in your shoulder are very complicated. To be honest, Tommy John surgery it repairs everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're putting a new ligament in there, and that's a relatively common. I mean, the success rate for that surgery is really high for major injuries like that.
It's like nothing now. It's like a C-section.
Yeah.
It's like you're on a fucking conveyor belt.
But this thing right here, rebuilding this thing, that's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
And if he's got shoulder issues right now, that contract that they just gave him is not good.
Well, I said
Because
this during the draft show.
No matter what happens this year, that dude's got maybe 3 years left in his career. If he's having shoulder issues like that, they're going to be persistent through an entire NFL season. Unless it's like, if it's bone spurs or if it's I mean, you see Mike Trout sitting out this whole season right now, right?
Yeah.
And it's you now we know that he's trying to work scar tissue out of those wounds that he had. He tore it pretty bad. He wants to get it out. If this is a shoulder strain and you continue to throw, shoulder strains become shoulder tears, right?
Yeah.
And then tears require surgery. Some of this cartilage-based stuff in here, all they can do is shave off the end of it, right?
Right.
So it's not rubbing, or so there's not a tear in there, but it doesn't repair it necessarily. It just gets the injury part out of the way, but you continue to fuck it up over time. The shoulder is what ends most people's fucking pitching careers.
Yep.
It's not the elbow.
Yep.
And this is not good.
And what
for
have you
Cowboys.
heard, Sean?
So the national guys are kind of back and forth on things. Like I saw Tom Pelissero. He said right after Adam Schefter tweeted that out, he said this like the same day. Dak Prescott's shoulder has had absolutely no setbacks in his rehab and remains on track to start September 9th opener against the Bucs per source. Prescott could have played tonight versus Houston, but no point risking anything in preseason. He'll throw again. So I don't know. No one really knows. Like none of the local guys are saying like, he's having a setback. It's the only one I've heard from is Adam Schefter. So I mean, I don't know.
Look, man, I believe in Adam Schefter. We'll see. I've got them losing, and that's already a lock, that opening game. And then Hightower Sean's going to start to live up to your name up there. My God, man. Giorgio, can we get a camera set up because the body will be halfway hanging down that beam, right?
You just want the feet, right?
Yeah. Well,
You don't want to show too much.
I want to show the jean shorts
Yeah, but
for
you
the
wanna
Cowboys fans.
leave
I
some
wanna
to
see
the
pack
imagination.
Pack
Yeah.
of cools.
So you'll get the shit dripping down.
In
They'll
film
be
school,
dead,
they taught me the cowboy shot was from the head to the knees, the way they show the gun.
Yep.
As they hung. So
Correct.
we're going to show the reverse of the cowboy shot from the knee down, just as they dangle, right, Ross?
Yeah, we
And
call
Sean-
that the reverse cowboy.
So I should clean my shoes then, right?
No, if you do it, I need spurs.
Yeah,
Spurs on the feet.
Crocs with spurs on them.
That's expensive.
Not
Oh, we'll
really.
pay
We
for
got
it.
it.
Yeah, what do you have to worry about?
You don't need to buy nice Spurs.
Buy it on credit.
Buy it on credits. What day are you guys doing the Not Top 25 show?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Wednesday it is.
Because you guys
kids.
are doing the Inside Top 25 show tomorrow?
No, because there is no Top 25 games
That's
this
true.
weekend. Yeah,
You're right. So,
it's
but
not
like
till next week.
But like starting next week.
Yes, correct.
So we'll be after you.
Correct, yeah.
We will ride in your wake.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to football being back. This weekend's going to be a blast. Just that it's on. I don't even fucking care about these teams. I will be putting all of my bets from mybookie.com in Drinkin Bros Sports, the private Facebook group. So you'll be able to see those before the matchups. And then Sunday nights, join us. We will do the live watch for the Jake Paul fight. And Giorgio and I will have a bet before that gets going. Really looking forward to that as well. Should be a fun weekend of sports. And then the next weekend's just fucking gangbangs.
Yeah. There's a really interesting baseball game on tonight as well. It's the Braves, who are on
back.
They're on a 9-game winning streak right now. They're playing. The Yankees are playing at Atlanta.
The Yankees are also on a 9-game winning streak.
Right.
First time in Major League history since I think 1901 that two teams on a winning streak that long face each other.
Yeah. It's you've got Wasker and Noah, who if you watch this the baseball show you've heard of, because we won't shut the fuck up about him until he broke his goddamn hand. But
I think I heard. Did Aaron Nola this weekend throw at his brother?
Throw at him? That would be really funny.
Yeah, I think he kind of went high and
tight.
He ended up striking him out. I didn't see the actual at bat though.
Old rivalry there, huh? But Noah he was off to a great start as a rookie, and he's gotten even better apparently since he's come back from his injury. And the Yankees have never seen him before. No one has. He's a fucking rookie, right? This will be a good bet. I'm going to throw some money down on this.
Who are you taking?
I'm taking the Braves tonight.
Are they dogs?
Ooh.
I don't know. Hold on, let me see.
They're home.
No,
so
they're at home. They're minus 111, so I'm going to look into the props.
That's pretty. It's pretty close though to an even.
Yeah.
Who's pitching?
That's who pick them.
Wasker Noah and Jordan Montgomery for the. And look, the Braves have some. They've got a lot of. Jordan Montgomery is a pretty decent pitcher. He's got a 3.77 ERA this year. But the Braves have some pretty good right-handed power hitters, including Albies, who turns around to the right against a left-handed guy like this. So you've got Albies coming at him. I mean, Freeman hits lefties well. The Braves as a team hit lefties well and have for a while. So I think this is a pretty good matchup for them.
Awesome. Well, we'll be checking that out tonight. As always, go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. It's all the fucking advertisers care about, and it really helps us with the charts and all that other stuff. For D'Anthony Holloway, Delco Dan, Hot Bob, Papa Giorgio, and Hightower Sean. Oh boy, I can smell the Cowboys loss. It's coming. God damn it! I can't wait till it gets here.
Up in his perch, screaming "Sanctuary" just to get away from your
or Serenity Now or something.
Yeah, just to get away from your Cowboys hate.
Sorry, Sean. Opening week they go down. They start off 0-1.
You got to know when you walk into a building. I don't know, anywhere, that if you openly announce you're a Cowboys fan, there's going to be some heat for it.
A lot of heat.
America's team.
And then you guys go what? Softcore history tonight?
Yep.
Okay. On the History Channel?
Yep. Well, on the History Channel goes tomorrow. But,
okay.
It'll be available wherever you find podcast tonight.
Boom. Yeah. Check it out. This has been the Monday Morning Recap Show at 5:45 on the East Coast. You're welcome. Good night.